For these problems, we need to calculate some probabilities. So the first ones start out pretty easy. The probability of selecting a green marble, let's see, we have 9 green marbles, and that's out of a total of 24 marbles. I need to make sure that this is in lowest terms, and my final answer is 3/8. Now you can also give this answer as a decimal, but you would have to round that to 4 decimal places, and you'll see the instructions on the exam. In the next problem, we want to find the probability that the marble chosen is not green, and I can actually use the previous answer since that's simplified. I just take 1 minus the probability that it's green, and 1 minus 3/8 is 5/8, and so that's my final answer for that one. Next, I find the probability of getting an orange or a blue. Well, there's 5 orange, and there's 7 blue out of 24, and so that gives me 12 out of 24, and in lowest terms that would be 1/2. And then we have probability of green or blue or pink. So there's 9 green, 7 blue, and 3 pink out of 24, and that makes a total of 19 out of 24, which is in lowest terms. So that's that final answer. So let's go on to the ones that are a little more difficult. In number 14, we want to find the probability of getting pink on the first draw, followed by blue on the second draw. So it's not exactly the probability of getting pink and blue because we want them specifically in this order. We're choosing the marbles with replacement, which means when we pick out the first marble, we're going to look at it, say what it is, and then throw it back into the jar. So, let's see how we calculate this. First, I want the probability of getting pink, and that is 3 out of 24. And then I'm going to multiply this by the probability of getting blue on the second draw. So I took out a marble, said that it was pink or whatever it is, threw it back in. Now, what's the probability of it being blue on the second draw? It's still the same setup that we started with, so this is 7 out of 24. And this turns into 21 over 576, and in lowest terms that would be 7 over 192. So that's my final answer in lowest terms. Now in the next one, we want to find the probability of pink followed by blue again, but this time it's without replacement, sorry. So, again, probability of getting pink the first time is 3 out of 24. But now when we go to select the second time, we're down to 23 marbles because whatever we picked the first time wasn't replaced. And we're assuming that it's a pink that it was a pink marble the first time because the only way to get pink followed by blue is for the first one to have been pink. So we're assuming that the eliminated marble is pink. And so now we have 7 blues out of 23. And we multiply that and we get 21 over... I wish there was a calculator in this app. Hold on a second. Okay, that gives us 21 over 552, and in lowest terms, that would be 7 over 184. So for this one, and actually for any one where you're multiplying 2 fractions, the way you type it into the calculator, let's squeeze it in at the bottom here, we have 3 and then you hit the division sign, 24, multiplication sign, 7 over 23, and then what you want to do is hit the math key and hit enter twice. And that will give you your answer in lowest terms. Okay, let's go on to the next set. So here we want to find the probability of pink followed by another pink, and this is with replacement in the first one. So what's the probability of getting pink? We said that was 3 over 24 times another 3 over 24, and in lowest terms that gives us 1 over 64. Final answer. So the probability didn't change because we replaced the marble. So we were starting off with the same thing, so of course the probability stays the same. Now in the next one, we have pink followed by pink, but it's without replacement. So first probability is 3 over 24 times. Now we've taken a marble out, so there's only 23 marbles, and we're assuming that it was pink, so we only have 2 pinks left. And we multiply that, and we get 1 over 92. And for 18 and 19, here we're asked to find the probability of at least one of something. So in 18, it's at least one green marble. We're selecting 5 marbles, and it's without replacement. So when we're calculating the probability of at least one, we use the complement, and we say, well, that's 1 minus the probability of none of those at all. So we want 1 minus the probability of getting no greens on all 5 tries. And this is without replacement. So what I'm going to do is come over here and say, to start off with, there were 9 green marbles. And there were a total of 24 marbles. So how many not green marbles were there to start off with? And that would be 15. So I'm going to type this into the calculator basically just like this. I'm going to write 1 minus, and then probability of not green the first time. Well, that's 15 over 24 times. And then on the second draw, what's the probability of getting not green again? We're assuming we got not green the first time, so we're down to 23 marbles, but only 14 of them are not green. So 14 over 23 times. And now the third draw, I'm going to have to come around, it's going to be 13 over 22 times 12 over 21 times 11 over 20. So we're going to put this all into the calculator, including the 1 minus at the beginning, hit math, enter, enter, and we'll get 171 over 184, and that's in lowest terms. Okay, so that's 18. Now in 19, we're doing something very similar, but it's not quite the same. Here we're finding the probability of at least one orange. So there's 5 orange and a total of 24 marbles. So that means how many are not orange, and that would be 19. Okay, but we're selecting these marbles with replacement. So we're going to start off the same way we did the last time. It's 1 minus the probability of no oranges. So it's 1 minus. Now the probability that we get a not orange the first time is 19 over 24. And the probability of getting not orange the second time is going to stay the same because we're replacing. So since we're selecting 4 times, I'm just going to take this 19 over 24 and raise it to the 4th power rather than writing 19 divided by 24 times 19 divided by 24 times 19 divided by 24 times 19 divided by 24. That's a lot of typing in. So in your calculator, you're going to type this in as 1 minus, open parenthesis, 19, division sign, 24, close the parenthesis, and you need to find the caret, which is right below clear on the right-hand side of the calculator. And then you put in the exponent of 4. And when we hit math enter, enter, it doesn't give you a fraction. It won't always do that. It's the denominator is just too big. So we have to give this one as a decimal, and that is 0.6. Oops, I can't quite fit it in here. Let me put it over here. 0.6072, and that's rounded to 4 decimal places. So that's our final answer for 19.